Yeah, it doesn't allow me. Fine. I hope it's Amazon, right? Yeah. So first we'll look at Amazon and the waterfall layout of it. It takes like 0.81 seconds for the largest contentful page, and it takes like 3.79 seconds for it to become interactive. If we look at the breakdown at the different element level, you would see further on this video that HTML, CSS, JavaScript, there's a breakdown of all those requests at the bottom, and the amount of time and the size it has taken for it to process. Particularly important is the JavaScript one, the one highlighted in orange. Let's have a look at that. I'll just move that cursor there. Yeah, that one. JavaScript request and size of it. We'll have a similar comparison with the Walmart. Play this one. Did start Walmart one, right? Yeah, that's the Walmart one. Yeah, this one. This Walmart one. Yeah. Okay, again looking at the browser waterfall model, you can see it has taken close to 3.37 seconds for the largest contentful page. It is almost 3 times the amount, 3 times what we saw for Amazon, and it has taken 6.66 seconds for it to become interactive, which is almost twice the amount of time for it as compared to Amazon. If you look at the breakdown for the element level, you could clearly see the JavaScript requests are more here, the size is more. This clearly goes to show the impact of JavaScript as well on this platform for further optimization. Now, let's have a look at some page optimizations to consider. Cache policy. Clearly, if you have a website which do not have a lot of frequent visitors, they will not have anything in their cache, browser cache, which is something sometimes called as the core cache. For a website which has more frequent visitors, it would be beneficial for the vendor to implement an intelligent cache policy, browser cache policy. That would be a performance improvement for them. Reduce unused JavaScript. Now, JavaScript, if you are using JavaScript, make sure that you have optimized them and you don't have leftover JavaScript in there. You need to make sure that you are removing those unused JavaScript, because what happens is if there are critical JavaScript that has to be executed while loading that page, this will interfere with that, and it will ultimately delay that execution of the certain JavaScript. And then once the JavaScripts are executed, the HTML page loading itself, it takes a lot of time. Minimizing main thread work. If we look at some statistical analysis of the resources or the contents of the elements of the page containing for the main thread, you will understand how much of processing time has been added on top of the existing work that the main thread is already doing. So an approach would be to minimize the amount of work that the main thread has to particularly perform. Reducing JavaScript execution time. Again, it is slightly different to reducing unused JavaScript. So that one talks about the unused which is not needed, along with its impact on the critical one. This one talks about the critical one, which is there, but you need to make sure that you reduce the processing time of it, because essentially JavaScripts are parser blocker. You can call it as a parser blocker, and they will block everything, because when a browser detects the JavaScript, it will first start to execute that JavaScript, and then it will stop rendering the HTML page. First, it will download the JavaScript, parse it, and then compile it. And once that is done, then it will start rendering the page using the HTML. So reduce JavaScript. This is again quite easy. Avoid network payloads, page sizes. Page sizes of 10, 20, or 30 MBs are not ideal, majorly caused by big, huge images or video streams. Page size of over 5,000K is not something which I would call as ideal. Serve images in the next-gen format. I think there are a couple of images formats. AVI fabrics, I think, or back theme are the two image formats which you can leverage. Apart from the PNG and JPG image format, because they are more optimized and more fast. Reducing the impact of third-party code. There are a lot of websites which leverage a lot of third-party code which you don't have any control upon. and some of the third-party code can become a blocker, increasing the overall page load time. Unused CSS is similar to what we have for JavaScript, because it will also take a bit of time for the browser to download all the style sheet and then render the whole page. So reduce the amount of unused CSS on your page. And external scripts which have been implemented using the document.write function also adds a lot of network overhead, and then it has a possibility to increase the page load time by tens of seconds. So we should make sure that we are very cautious about using the documented write option as well. And then using the latest protocol HTTP2, it's more faster and leaner compared to what we have, what we usually use. Okay, with that, like our friend Jitin said, we need to start with AI and then finish with AI as well. Trying to finish it with AI. AI performance amplifier is something which we have developed within Client. It's a generative AI accelerator based on prompt engineering. We are leveraging it for delivering our customer solutions, optimized customer solutions, and the speed of the market. It has definitely helped our teams internally to be efficient in making sure that we are delivering the quality outcomes to our customers. A quick example on Amplify as well. Oops, sorry, didn't play through. Can you play this one? Click on the main screen. I did start, I think it did start.
It listens to you.
Here. Come on. How does it have to do this? Sorry. Sorry for that. Amplify, we have, like I said, we have this in-house. We have various prompt engineering templates available across all the practices. We are looking at the one for performance. There's a user community who are developing this as well. We are looking at a particular template where we are trying to leverage the prompt engineering to write a piece of code to capture a dynamic value separated by semicolon. So basically, before I talk about this, a dynamic value, right? What is a dynamic value when you talk about performance testing and scripting? So when you go about doing scripting using tools like JMeter, Vusion, for example, you would record the script based on the protocol that your application is built on. Most cases, web-based applications are the HTTP HTML protocol, and when you've been navigating through websites manually, you would have noticed when you hit a particular website, there's a random string of numbers and alphabets that goes to the URL, which is dynamic. Okay, so that is a session-related string, and that's what sometimes needs to be for a web HTTP HTML-based script. When you're creating that script, you need to make sure that every session is unique and it is handled dynamically. And for that, we make use of correlation. So there are various correlation functions available in Vusion, load side of things. Nowadays, we mostly are using JMeter. There are multiple options. 10 minutes, thank you. There are multiple options in JMeter as well. There are plugins available to do a lot of correlation. What we have just seen on the screen is what I've asked Amplify to write me a piece of code, basically a loaded out piece of code, wherein I have a string of maybe dynamic values, wherein the sections are separated by a semicolon. And that's what I just give a simple statement to Amplify. What it did was, essentially it wrote me a code. Now, let me see what works. Yeah, yes. Oops. Come on. Sorry for that. Half of the time is taking like a second.
Start at something.
Yeah, come on. Oops. Now, I'll keep talking about it. When I asked him the question, Amplify the question, it is also leveraging ChatGPT, by the way, in backend, 3.5. I'm just selected 3.5 for this piece of demo. We also have 4.4 capabilities, like what you just saw there. And it has created me a piece of code, and at the end, it also explains me what are the different variables which are used in that code, and how we could be able to modify that and then use it in our script. So that's all what it has done. Definitely, AI is not going to be replaced pretty soon. Performance testers, it is going to be a catalyst for us. There's a long way for it to go ahead. We are also leveraging AI to kind of do some write some loves about reportings as well. We are feeding this internal capability of ours with some information from the results that we have extracted from different test patterns, and then we are also asking and developing some automatic analysis out of it. So that's pretty much it. That's me. Again, there's some issue with that. Thank you. And questions? Yep.
When?
For a person who is new to performance testing, where should I start?